Welcome back, y'all, to the ENC Vape channel. This is our fourth attempt at trying to get this video straight.
Yeah, because it don't ever work out the way I want it.
It's a mess. We try. We're trying to get these videos out the best quality we can for y'all, both in video and audio. We're trying a bunch of new things, and hopefully this is going to be the one that works. This will probably be one of the easiest ones. It'll probably take some adjustments later with positioning and everything.
A little bit of tweaking.
Little bit, but I think this is going to be the setup we're really going to be working with. I think this is the one we're most happy with right now.
Yeah.
With using what we have.
Eventually, we're going to have our own studio back. So.
With two mics? Two together mics, like we're actually doing like a show?
Possibly.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I like that. But so today we're coming out with the Swag PX80 review. There's so many things that I could say with this mod, but the easiest way to put it is I love it.
It's my favorite.
It's great. My only downside to it is it doesn't do salt, even though it runs GTX cools, and it will fit the GTX 0.6 and 0.8, but they leak. Bad.
Real bad.
So that's my only downside, just because I do both salt and regular freebase juice, whereas
I don't do it.
He don't care because he just does regular freebase. So that's just my personal downside to it, but I just want a Zero or a Pod Stick or a Cross from Vaporesso. Fine. But the Swag PX80, it is probably one of the most intuitive, intelligent. I mean, it's something that's so easy to use, and it does most of the work for you. I would say this is a really good starter mod for people who, they had a real simple, internalized battery mod, but they wanted something just a little bit more. I would highly recommend this one. It does take that single 18650 battery, and it goes in right through here on this little screw-in piece. You just screw this cap off. Takes a minute. There we go. And your battery goes right in there. So it's really simple. You don't have to worry about, trap doors or anything like that. It's just a screw-on cap. It does everything for you. It does have that smart VW voltage wattage setup. So when you put a coal in there, it'll automatically adjust it to the sweet spot wattage range for you.
You can also change the display color.
You can change the color. Yeah, the three colors of the display. You got green, blue, and pink.
It looks almost purple.
Yeah, almost kind of purple, but it says pink. And it is a little more of a pink. But that's really nice when it comes to this, because it will automatically adjust your wattage for the new coil you put in there. You do have to turn that on, though. It does not come turned on when you get it. So if you come in here and you want one and you want that turned on and you don't know how to get to it, we're going to show you kind of how to get to it in here. But if you want us to further show you when you get in here, we are more than happy to run you through a full setup of your mod.
We're going to do that anyway.
Well, yeah.
So, a lot of people I have talked to, they'll take the pod out to every night when they go at nighttime before they go to bed, and they also take it out to change the battery. Some people have big hands. It's kind of hard, but I don't have an issue with it. My hands are pretty good size.
Yeah, but I got sausage fingers. You got fair fingers.
And the only problem I've found with these pods here, it does have some residue.
Condensation
from it, but
you get that with any pod. That's every single pod.
Glass. I mean,
it's not as prominent with the glass tank mods. It is still there. It's just not as much with these pod mods.
Yeah.
Because with the tank mod, you're screwing in, so you got a better, tighter section there, so you don't get as much. Whereas here, just a magnet click it, and it goes through, and it just gets you that condensation underneath it. Which, I mean, it's not bad.
No,
it's not enough to. It's not really enough to mess up your mod. It just can get a little bit annoying going through it. When you take it out, you're like, oh, well, now I got to clean this off because it feels like it's juice, but it's not juice. It's just the condensation.
I have the cons with this mod. for this tank. The mod itself is awesome, but the con
This
to
part
it,
is great.
the con to it, if they can do a top fill, I don't see how that's going to be possible. But if there was a way, I wish they would. But it's a bottom fill. It's not too bad. Yeah, it could be. It's not as bad. I mean, it just takes a little time.
Yeah, it'd be a tighter,
But,
tighter fit trying to get that in there, but it'd be doable.
Yeah, airflow's at the bottom.
Airflow's at the bottom. On the pod, slits in the mod, so you just got to turn the pod, and it'll adjust your airflow.
Yeah. Very low wattage. I'm running 55 on mine now.
I'm running 50.
So, very good cloud.
Even off that low wattage, you're still getting a solid cloud. I mean, the mod only goes from 5 to 80 for wattage range.
And it also tells you the best on your coils once you put it in. It tells you the best. You have a puff counter, second counter
for how long your coils are.
The fire button is a little sensitive.
It's a little sensitive. I mean, it ain't the most sensitive we've seen. Yeah, we've seen more sensitive than this to the point where you barely touch it and it's going. This one you do kind of have to push a little bit, but if it was a little bit more stiff, it would have been just a little bit better. It's a little more, when I want to hit it is when it'll hit. Whereas this one's you kind of gotta be gentle.
But I will say, out of all my mods I've gotten from Vaporesso, this is probably my number one mod. This is my go-to mod. PM40 was.
I say, I mean, you said go-to mod a couple times now. We got the Force TX80. That was your go-to mod.
Well, this
then the Lux PM40.
My go-to mod.
Well, then the Lux PM40. That was your go-to mod after that. Yeah. And now this comes out. No, this is your go-to mod. So when Vaporesso drops the next mod, what's going to be that?
Well, they do have one that's getting ready to come out. I'm not going to say what it is.
I was about to say. I'm going to talk about this now.
But I don't think it's going to be a freebase. I think it's going to be a salt nick. From the looks of it, it looks like a salt nick. But I will not. I probably won't be doing that one.
So if they send you one, you'll let me use it if it's a salt nick one?
You got to do a lot more work around here.
Go look at our numbers and tell me if I ain't doing enough work. He makes this joke all the time, and I prove him wrong every time, too.
Yeah. It's just all that. But we'll think about it.
And all that. Come on now.
Yeah, we'll think about it. We'll have to. It might be one of those mods that just sits up on the display. I don't know yet.
We're going to have to do a review on it.
Yeah, we are. But we can always change that pod.
Or you just let me know so I can actually have a mod that's from Vaporesso themselves.
Well, you got one from Vaporesso.
No. I'm talking about given to me by Vaporesso.
No. Given to you by me.
From Vaporesso.
Yeah. I got to harp on him. I got to give him a hard time.
Yeah. But, real quick, also, I know I'm taking a little bit of a sidestep, but we kind of already sidestepped it all. So while we're into the sidestep, couple things. One, we did get our own house line of juice. Yep, right there. I don't know. Yeah, it is infused. Sweet. Yes. Our own house line of juice. We are currently running 31 of our possible 75/74 with the tasteless flavors. We have anything from fruits to desserts to tobaccos to custards to drinks, cereal. There's a lot of flavors in there, and I'm working on putting together the full list to have. So if there's something y'all want to read through it and see, maybe you want to try something on our list that we don't have in the store right now, you can let us know and we can look into getting it in the store so we all can try it.
But we're going to be running a test on it first.
Yeah. Any new juice we're going to put in here from our line is going to be starting off in a 30 milliliter bottle for everything. And then if we see that juice flavor is doing really, really well, That we can get it in a 120 milliliter bottle, which for some people might be really big, but for some of these flavors, they're really, really good.
Yeah, if you like me, I will go through 100 mil, 120 ml bottle
A week,
about 2 weeks.
depending on the flavor, a week,
Flavor,
and the milligram.
yeah.
And then the other thing is, I know that we've been talking about this. If y'all want to see us just get on some kind of social media platform and go live, or maybe if we were to do a uh, podcast on Spotify. What? Podcast? I just don't like podcasts. Alright? If you want to see us do something like that, let us know, and let us know the preferred method you would want us to use. We can do TikTok, we can do Facebook, we can do YouTube, or we can do a podcast on Spotify. If you would want us to do any of those, leave it down in the comments. Let us know, and we will go through and we'll look and we'll see, which one we're going to have that's going to do the best. Whether it be podcast on Spotify, then we'll do it. We'll just sit there and we'll talk about, different mods, what's going on in the store, just kind of joke on each other like we do every day. And just kind of do that there for y'all. It'll probably be a once a week
Probably on Saturdays.
Probably on Saturdays. That's something y'all want to see. Let us know down in the comments. Tell us what preferred methods you want us to do it on, and just let us know you want us to do one. If it's something you'd be interested in going and checking out. I think that's it for announcements. All that's going on.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, we also.
Oh yeah, we're selling drinks, sodas. We've got Diet Mountain Dew and regular Mountain Dew, Diet Pepsi and regular Pepsi, Dr. Pepper and Sprite. They're all being sold for $1 a can. We have them in here in the fridge, and I know our table should be here next week to put that for I really do, because it's being down there is bothering me. But yeah, so if you just want to come in here, sit. We are working on getting some more places for people to sit. He doesn't want people sitting at this front bar because it blocks the views. So we're gonna get some, tables. I think you said you might be building some bar type tables to put on the wall, and stuff like that. So if that's something y'all would be interested in just coming out here, then we can do that. I'm still trying to convince him and get him to maybe spend a little extra money. Maybe we can do some gaming tournaments in here. I know you talked about it. It would be cool. It would be cool.
So back to the PX80.
Yeah, we have to get back to it now.
Great mod. Awesome mod. I had 2 of them, and my daughter stole them.
Because Vaporesso sent him 2, which is why I'm trying to get him to give me one sometime. You treat me like your kid.
Well,
and you can't say I'm wrong.
You need to be treated that way. I mean, come on now.
We ain't gonna listen to Lance. Love you, Lance. He's gonna smack me. Fair enough. Surprised you ain't smack me.
All right, everybody. And by the way, this mod is a good pocket mod.
Yes.
I would not. I wouldn't recommend walking around in your pocket all the time.
Right.
Like if you're getting out of your car and going in your house or into a store or whatever, yes, that's would be a good way. But leaving it in there and you bend it down and all that, we do not recommend doing that because it can fire on you and you don't want to get hurt. So try to
be smart with it.
Yeah, be smart with it. Try to refrain from doing that. So PX80 comes in
5 different colors.
5 different colors.
You got the red, which is the one I have.
Green.
There's also the leather brown, the brick black, and the gunmetal gray. Those are their 5 colors that they have. All look amazing. I think the leather brown looks good. Some people say the leather brown looks weird. I think it looks good. It's just not my cup of tea. It is Type C charging, just like the Cross and the Lux PM40. I know we said possibly the Forest. I still think that's a
It may be. I had to look at it and see.
But it charges pretty
quick.
darn quick.
If you leave the batteries in there, yes.
Yeah. So if you leave the batteries in there, it
you don't
charges
have an
pretty darn
external
quick.
charger.
Let's say we usually run external. We usually have a battery 2-bay or 4-bay battery charger, or here we have a 6-bay. And we just go through and we charge the batteries and swap them out so we can keep using it and using it. Does this do direct for charging, where you can hit it while it's charging?
It does.
So you can hit it while it's charging. So I mean, if you're driving down the road, your batteries are low, you can plug it in. You can still hit it while driving.
Or if you're at
while
work
it's plugged in,
and you're able to vape.
There's that too. Another thing we haven't touched on yet is the embedded IMO screen on this. It is actually inside the outer casing, and you can see it through the harder side of the mod, the side that doesn't have your colored leather on it.
Stealth mode.
Yeah, it's really nice. One thing I love about it is just it makes it so much smoother. You don't have as many issues with the screens having issues like the Mag P3 from Smock had. They had a lot of issues with the screen just stopped working, or some people would have it crack. This does not have that issue, and it's really nice. It just gives it a nice smooth look. You can't really tell where the screen is when the screen is off. If I can wait for mine to go down. Is yours down?
No. Mine is now.
And you just turn it back on, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to show screen off. So there we go. When the screen is off, you can't even tell it's there. You turn that screen on, you can see it light up through the side of the mod, and it's wonderful. I love it.
Pretty neat. Hit the screen and be on this side one time. Hit it again and be on this side.
It just moves around on the side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many crazy people we have in there?
Where's my screen going to be today? Yeah. And then touching back on that smart VW, how to get there. If you press and hold on the wattage buttons, you will get a menu screen where you can set your voltage, wattage stuff. You can turn on your smart voltage wattage. You can look at your puff counter. You can change the theme. You can set everything back to default. And just kind of brings up that menu. You just got to press and hold both the up and down wattage right there on the side of the mod. It's right here in between the charging port and the fire button right here. Just press and hold down on that. It brings up your menu screen. And the last really cool thing I have not gone over yet, which we have to go over, and this is one of our favorite parts about this mod, is you can change your coil without losing any juice. You actually twist the mouthpiece, and there are little logo indicators up here saying locked or unlocked. You turn it to unlocked and push that mouthpiece in, and now my coil is hanging out the bottom, and you can take your coil out of your mod and not lose any juice. My coil is not in my mod, and I am not losing any juice. I'm shaking it, whatever. No juice is coming out.
My coil is right here.
Yes. Put it back in, your mouthpiece pushes back up, and it should go flush to your pod. That'll lock it back over, and it is that's game changing when it comes to this mod. Because sometimes you might just have a coil burn, and you're still running that same juice, and you got juice in your pod. You don't want to lose it. Now you don't have to.
But wait, you'll have to wait when you put that new coil in there.
Yes.
Wait about 5-10 minutes or so.
Please. With these, it's usually about 5.
Yeah.
About 5.
On the safe side.
Yeah. A little bit longer.
All right, I think that does it for the PX80.
I think that just about does.
I think we went through it pretty well.
Touched on pretty much everything there is with this mod.
So, as we always say,